Hello again, everybody. Welcome inside Cambridge Fieldhouse. It's day 4 of Indiana Fever training camp. I'm Scott Agness of FieldhouseFiles.com. Appreciate you joining me for complete coverage of this Indiana Fever team. Well, today, for the final 20 minutes or so of training camp, we were able to get in there and see a little bit of work. A portion of practice was spent on sideline out of bounds, baseline out of bounds, end of game situation. They plugged and played so many different players as they continue to find the right combinations, find the groups that work. And heading into this weekend, there's 2 preseason games right here coming up Saturday afternoon and then Sunday at the University of Iowa. So I was asking head coach Stephanie White about that plans already for this weekend and what she anticipates it being like for Caitlin Clark to return to our alma mater, a game that's sold out in like 42 minutes. I will be there with complete coverage for you. But on top of that, so much of this week has to be condensed and maximized because there's not much time to work with leading into those preseason games. There's 15 players. There's really just 11 roster spots for this Fever team to begin this season. Now, Damaris Dantas has missed the last couple days. We're told it's due to personal reasons. Unclear when she will be back. But leading into Saturday, I think you'll see a number of players. A lot of players get opportunities from the rookies to the core players, but presumably you're not going to see, I think, Caitlin and some of the starters too much on Saturday because you have that special game where Caitlin is showcased Sunday afternoon at the University of Iowa. It's a game that's broadcast on national TV on ESPN. And so a lot of what these games will be about are first allowing that starting group to get game reps facing a true defense, but then also seeing what the back of the roster can do, especially those rookies, as they have to make some roster cuts leading into May 15th is the deadline for opening day rosters to be set. So that gives the front office and this coaching staff lots to think about in the meantime. Now let's go inside practice plus interviews with head coach Stephanie White and Natasha Howard.
Natasha just now, she wants to improve as a defender. What steps have you seen her take just early in camp?
Well, I love hearing that because she's hungry to continue to grow, and she was a defensive player in the year in our league at one point in her career. So, I think the biggest thing for Tosh is just reestablishing that mentality. We're going to use her in a lot of different ways: her versatility, her length, her athleticism, her speed, her quickness, all of those things. And so just reframing that mentality of making things difficult, of using her speed and quickness, but also remembering the physicality, and then communication. Over communicating. She's one of the most experienced players on the floor, and because she can guard multiple positions, over communicate in areas that can help everybody else around her.
Implementing a new defense is quite challenging without getting everybody on the new terminology on the same page.
Yeah, I think more so than coverage is its terminology. We do talking about things in a different way, putting a little bit more ownership on them in coverages and recognizing action and recognizing when you're beat, recognizing action before it happens as opposed to waiting until it happens. So all of those things. So I would say terminology and anticipation. We use 3 A's: active, anticipate, and be aware. And that's the mindset that we have to have on the defensive end.
How do you balance with so many new players trying to get everybody reps, but also, hey, that core group also needs reps together?
That's hard. That's the hardest thing about this time of year. It's the hardest thing about training camp is, we use those first, 3 practices to really get everybody kind of ingrained in our base level of how we want to play. And we started focusing a little bit more on rotations today. And certainly after the weekend and after we have a couple of games, it'll tighten up even more and really trying to get, our core rotational players quality minutes together.
With a weird back-to-back in a preseason, have you thought about how you handle those minutes?
Yeah, it's tough. We're number one, of course we want to win, but more than anything, we've got to evaluate players that are on the fringe. We've got to make sure that we give them opportunity to showcase what they can do. We've got to work our rotations and put it together, but it is a back-to-back. And so we also have to make sure that we're conservative. It's early. So players aren't going to play as many minutes as people want to see them play. We're going to try different combinations. We just really want to get out there and see what it looks like against a different opponent.
Thinking ahead to Sunday, just kind of what do you anticipate that being like for both Caitlin and for the entire franchise?
I anticipate it being a little crazy. I think it's going to be exciting. Now, I don't know. Back in the day when I was playing here, we played an exhibition at Purdue. And I remember it was so cool for me to be able to play for the Fever in Mackey Arena. and I can imagine it's going to be equally as cool for Caitlin to go back and play an exhibition, in Iowa City and in front of her Hawkeye fans. I didn't know there's no air conditioning, so we're going to have to work through that and make sure that we stay hydrated. But what an experience for those fans who might not be able to make it to any of our WNBA cities, to be able to watch our team, obviously to be able to support Caitlin, but to be able to watch our team and see them up close.
You mentioned players on the fringe. I think Amber told us a few weeks ago. It's not a competitive game.
Yeah.
What traits or skills are you looking for when you're determining who's going to be in the pack?
Yeah, certainly bringing it on the defensive end of the floor. Defensively, being able to knock down shots, being able to space the floor. How quickly can they pick up things that we're doing in camp? Whether that's actions, whether that's reads, communication. How quickly can they pick those things up? Look, I mean, we've got a deep team, and it is probably one of the toughest rosters in the league to be able to make and to take a spot. So we don't want anybody to play outside themselves. We want them to do what they do best, but we want to see progress every day.
Steph White talking about versatility is important in you guys' offseason acquisitions. What do you think of the versatility of the team?
Our versatility that we have on the team is amazing. Like, it's going to be hard for teams to stop us because anybody can play any position at any time or any night. So I'm really glad of the versatility that we have because, like, it's easy for everybody and it's going to be easy for the guards too. So I'm happy that we have all types of levels and skills that we have on the team.
You know Jalen Ty better than anybody else in this room. What do you think she'll bring to this team? And do you think she's going to get shot up in the world?
Absolutely, she brings defense, she brings energy, like she brings that that we need to, like, especially for the guards. Like we're gonna need a guard that can actually stop another guard. So and then I feel like she does a really good job of showing it in practice.
You mentioned yesterday defensive player of the year goals. What do you think you've shifted your defensive ability since your last defensive player of the year in 2019?
For me, I think I feel like for me, like just picking up the ball full court and see if I could like actually pick the ball up full court. I may have probably seen it in practice. I picked the ball up full court one time, but just being like the snake on defense, like just communicating, just being that extra push for our team that we need to stop. I'm there to get that stop for our team and stuff. So.
You confident you can get back to that level?
Absolutely, I can. Absolutely, you're gonna see it.
Steph has talked a lot about improving Fever's defense this year. How do you kind of help take the lead on that?
I take the lead on the big, like just not only me, but also Dewana. Like she also communicating on defense as well. Like I understand everybody knows that I have to play defense, but like so far, like we all are actually picking it up besides myself. So I feel good that I have my teammates behind me actually helping me with that and just taking the load off my shoulder a little bit when it comes to that.
What do you hope to get out of these preseason games? What do you need as a vet?
For us, not only for me, but for our team is to get the win too, but also learning while we planning these preseason games, learning the things that we need to work on, and things that we're also already good at too, and just keep building. Every single day, just keep building on the preseason game that we got coming up.
Have you thought about what the game Sunday will be like for your team going back to a college atmosphere?
No, not yet. Like we already know it's gonna be a big crowd, but like some first year player, they're gonna be nervous. They're gonna be like, oh my god, like I never been in front of these millions of fans before. But like every day, just take it day by day, just suck it in, be a sponge, and just go out there and do what you do best, play basketball.